took from quoting to friends to stoning your.
I didn't even catch that it was a friend quote. I didn't pat your boob.
No, but because
Oh. Well,
Are we testing our mics?
you want my mic like this?
Hi.
It's your turn to talk to Tanya, and then you don't talk at the mic.
Hi, Jen.
So you want my mic like this?
Hi.
Is there more sand under there?
Although I can't hear you.
Who knows?
Is it on?
In this house, it could be anything.
Yeah, it's on. There's no switch on.
We have children who just cannot obey to save their life. So,
Hi.
hi.
It's not too bad.
All right.
We have one viewer. And it's Scott. It's not?
Nope.
It's snot?
It's not me.
If you're with us, you should take a friend. It's more fun when it's a party. Up
If
in
you
here.
don't have friends, come hang out with us.
Yes.
Lurker? Why?
Hey,
I'm-
Holly.
You are? Hi, Holly. I'm so glad that you're here. I am really confused with the whole lurking thing because I feel like I lurk a lot, but I don't put lurk because if I hit lurk, then like immediately, like 30 seconds later, something will catch my attention and then I'll like,
And then you're back again.
and then I'm back. It's like in and out lurking.
I feel
That
like
doesn't bother. Like, as a streamer, if someone says I'm lurking and then starts chatting, I'm not like, no, you're on a timeout. You said you were lurking. You're not allowed to chat.
I'm very sensitive to that kind of stuff.
I don't know. Anyways, Mom Talk's gonna start in a minute according to that screen.
It is. It is. Harrison.
Harrison's sick. I heard Holly and
Holly is sick
Fred
too. Yeah. Harrison came and sat in like the front area, like before church.
Just held his cup.
It was like there and then like drank it. And I was like, you all right? He's like, no.
He said something in the foyer. He's like, I'm here because I get paid to be here. And that's about it. And I was like, you got a slave driver for a buck.
That's hilarious.
In a few seconds.
That's very funny.
And here we go.
Hi.
Oh,
What?
Find out what the problem was?
yeah. I turned on the piano instead of your mic.
Hey, and welcome to Mom Talk. I'm Jen.
I'm Tanya. Right?
That's who we are.
That's who we are.
And I got a haircut.
You did. I did not.
Still not.
Still not.
It's still really, really
It's
long.
Yeah. I had it down the one day and Scott's like, "Did you get a haircut?" And I'm like, it's like the opposite. I haven't gotten a haircut in so long, but he thought because we had talked about it, maybe I had gotten it trimmed or something.
Mm.
And I had it straightened so it looked different, which I get. I kind of feel like I said today, I mean, I might get trims, but I you never know, but I almost feel like if I go short again, I may never grow my hair long again.
Yeah, you might as well enjoy this period for as long as you
If
can do
I'm-
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you've
that's
got- you've been
also
doing your
very
braids
strange to think
and-
about.
Yeah. But there's lots of like way older women who still
Yeah.
have long hair.
Yeah.
I
I
feel-
just didn't like the in-between stage when I was
Mm.
on my neck. I
I-
really just like that.
I do like it at this length. I'm not in love with the overall haircut, but
Hey, I made it. It's EGY.
Hey!
Hi. Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, I
Hi,
like
Barb.
this length. Like around here, but I just don't like my particular haircut. But I've been trying to do like this morning at
That was
church,
very cute.
I tried to do like a double braid
Yeah.
down. And then
Double
it's-
braid down.
and then it's funny though because like all of like these little tiny things just stick out at the back, and I'm like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
In,
It's
in
very
about
cute.
like an inch, it'll all go up.
It'll
But
be good
it's
to go.
I don't do my hair when it's long. I only ever do my hair when it's short. So
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know. I do find I'm bunning it more and more. But
Yeah.
I also like the aspect of being like, oh, I can do my hair down or do pigtails or do things like that.
Yes.
Even though Emerson doesn't like my pigtails, but whatever. So we had church today, and I know it started out for me. The last few Sundays have been like me almost getting in the shower or getting out of the shower, like trying to find teachers because
It's
it's
sick
that
season.
season of people being
Yeah.
sick. And so this morning was another. I was short a Sunday school teacher, and one with very little voice. And then for our older class, we were short volunteers. So we ended up having to not do that class, move that one leader that we had from upstairs downstairs. And it did all work out, but it was kind of crazy. And there was no book at the thing. So I was asking like our sick volunteer to send me pictures of the lesson and stuff. And so, and then it was like wanting random things like we needed potatoes and water and which I didn't read all of it, balloons, masking tape, soap.
Oh my word.
And so
Clothespins.
clothespins. Oh, my ear just went ringy. So they were talking about like families and different kinds of families and how we all have different roles in our families. All families look different. And I don't know what all the connection pieces were
Because you weren't teaching it.
because I wasn't teaching it. I was just trying to set it up and help somebody who was just on like this morning finding out, can you do this? And she agreed. They were like doing potato babies, like washing potato babies and then wrapping them up in paper towel, like as the diaper. It was interesting, but church was wild. Yeah, come to our church is wild.
Wild in a different way.
Wild in a different. Sorry, Holly, I understand. It's that. It is what it is. The potato demonstration was so weird. It was about how it takes multiple people to make a family work. There you go.
There you go.
With a potato baby. Who wouldn't think of a potato baby?
That's funny. It was a good service to have the older class canceled.
Okay. That's good.
Todd talked about like having godly character, and he's like, the Puritans made this really exhaustive list that I'm now going to read to you, and he like read out like forever a big long list and explained what each of those godly characters look like for a Christian. And then he like, after he'd read for like a really long time, he goes, and I'm not even halfway through the list. Not even halfway through the list. And then he just read the
Wow.
words for the
Right.
last half or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just so funny. It was like, it was so just, you know, it was a really good reminder of like pointing out your sin in a non-threatening way, right?
Mhm.
Because when you're going through like the list of all the godly characters,
Yeah.
there's no way for one person to embody all of those
Yeah.
things. And
Yeah.
so you don't feel threatened that like, oh, look, I suck in that area. I'm
Yeah.
a failure.
Yeah.
But it was convicting enough that you could be like, oh, that is an area where I need to
Right.
work.
Right.
And so I thought it was very good and a really good reminder that we constantly need, because you can just like get into your routine of doing your thing and
Yeah.
like, I'm an okay person or whatever. So
Right.
it was really good. But my favorite part was as I was walking into the church, and I had, so because my hair like is so short, it's going to fall out. So I can't put my strap of my purse over my head. So I like have it up in my armpit as I'm walking into the church.
Yeah.
And I have
Hi,
my
Mom.
phone, and I'm trying to put my phone in the pocket of my purse and just drop it. And there's like one puddle in the entire parking lot, and my phone goes right into that puddle.
Of course.
And like now the screen protector's
Oh,
all
no.
like cracked and stuff. And I'm like, oh,
I'm sorry.
so it'll be fine.
But still.
But yeah,
I
my father-in-law
usually
was watching me, and he was like, one puddle,
One
in the
puddle in the whole
whole
thing. Yeah. Yeah. I have been, which I said, I told you after one episode, I wasn't sure if I would watch more, but I have watched more of matchmaking,
The Jewish one?
Jewish one. And I just find it really interesting because like, so the matchmaker herself, she said how she says it is she was secular and now she's more observant
Yep.
of the culture and the practices. But within that, like with the match, like the people who are there, there's all different kinds of like, I'm this kind of Jew, this kind, whatever. I follow this, I don't follow this. I do this, I don't do that, like that kind of thing. But very like we would have like maybe our own convictions and stuff, right? But it was just really interesting. But then at the same time, it's just like you have all of these things, you do the rituals and all of those kind of things, but where does that stand? Like it's just so hard to fathom without the grace.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's just crazy to think, like, especially if they're choosing, if they know like they believe in God and they're doing this and this happens and then they, oh hi,
Cheryl.
hi, Aunt Cheryl. And so like, okay, so I've done this. So now I need to do this ritual, this ritual, this ritual. But then if you mess up and they're already blatantly saying, no, I don't observe that. So then what happens next?
Yeah, it's
Like it's so hard for me to fathom without the grace. But I'm fascinated by it and I enjoy it because like Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah.
And so it's
and God has chosen
and
the
God
Jewish
has
people,
chosen
yeah.
the Jewish people.
Yeah.
So I found it very fascinating, but also the grace aspect. It's just so like, man, if it wasn't for God's grace, I'm like, yeah, it's so thankful.
Otherwise, we're working for
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
the
nothing.
goodness.
So
Yeah.
we talked about how moms do all of this stuff and dads do all of this stuff. And Carly Donovan mentioned how some dads put their kids to bed and they get lost in their dark kids' room sometimes. It was quiet for a couple of seconds. And one of the students who was 8 or 9 said, that's so sad. That's funny. When I bought your screen protector, it was a 3-pack. There you go. Yeah, our other teacher, there was in the video, which is also interesting. It was like going through the healings that God had done. It was a children's video, but it had the phrasing, oh my God, in it twice. So it was like at the wedding, and the people were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? But it was still in the phrasing of, oh my God, like in our culture phrasing.
Yes.
And Micah like kind of looked at me, and like there was a couple other people who looked at me. But we notice also within the culture, we have some people who aren't from around here or different countries, and it is a different phrasing. And it was very interesting to watch the kids like, okay, what's going on here? And then yeah, it was just interesting. The other part I was like, oh no. The first group, the leader talked, and she's a great leader, but she talked about the girl who had died. But Jesus said she was just sleeping, right? And she said, do you remember what it was? But she just got, instead of saying like sickness, she said fever, and she had a really bad fever and died. And I would, or like fell asleep, whatever. And I was like thinking, Mike is in the next group and he's so sensitive, that kind of thing. He's already said to me, sometimes I feel like when I sleep, like I'm dying or something like that kind of fear. And I was like, oh no, he just got over a really like
bad
fever. And I'm like, he's going to think, but it didn't happen this next time. And it didn't go that way.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But that's just it. Like we're saying, there's many times that something has come out of my mouth or I haven't even realized it. And I'm like, wait, that's not what or that was the wrong point, or right. Like that's where we have to, God's grace, please cover what we say and do. And
Renee and I exchanged a really funny glance in church because Pastor Todd was talking about like how we interact with the cashier. And so he talked with the cashier for a moment, and then he like switched and talked about at restaurants, and he was like the waitresses or the waitresses
instead of the waiters. yeah.
And like Renee looked at each other, and we kind of just went, ha, like just a silent little like ha. It was really funny because we all knew what he meant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to have the grace. But I was still really thankful that it didn't come up the second time. That was,
then it's hard to undo that, right?
Yeah, but it was good. Jen, not ready.
I am not ready for February.
What's February?
It's like this week.
Yeah, but well.
Just like I am just not ready for another month. I was like looking through my finances tonight and I'm like, oh man. And then it was like, there's just this going on and that going on and this. And I was like, oh, this week is just going to be like,
You're just not ready.
10. I am not ready.
Interesting.
I'm
But
not
it's the
ready.
month because like last week would have been just as busy, right? Or is it because of the practices?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just don't feel ready.
I just do not feel. It just hit
Interesting.
me tonight that I'm like, just not ready for February. There's
I
just
don't
so
know
much to
what
do.
you mean. January has lasted 57 days. Does it feel like 57 days to you?
I'm so confused.
Maybe it's felt really long for her, which could be, which is understandable. Yeah. I've been there where there's like months it's like this is never going to end, and then other months you're just like, what? I'm not ready. So
And maybe because like February is a quick month, and so it's like in and then you're out.
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure to
We-
get everything done in less days.
Pastor Todd was very thankful that it's a leap year. It's been so long. I'm so ready for a new month. And I bet you it's probably longer because if you're waiting to share news, that would have been
Yes.
hard as well. And it's the beginning. So I feel like this has been the longest month. Looking forward to a short month. January went by so fast for me. Oh, it's so hard not to call you EG wife. I'm still in Christmas mode though. Fred's going to be 3 next month.
Yeah, Eliza just turned 3.
My mom says, "Bring on spring."
I'll take spring. There's just so
I
much
get
to
that.
do.
So Pastor Todd was really thankful that February is a leap year because that means that Remembrance Day is not on Sunday like it thought.
Oh, like you thought it was going.
Thought
to
it
be.
was going to be because there's a lot of protocols and you'd want to make sure that you don't hurt anyone's feelings and like do what you can, but it's also kind of in like, yeah. So anyways, I thought that worked out really well that it was.
And speaking of Christmas mode.
Oh yeah. I took down my tree today. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. I was ready
Today, January 28th.
You can call me EG wife. Yay.
On
Thank
January
you.
28th. Tanya takes down her Christmas tree.
Is it Shalene though? Am I pronouncing that right? Shalene. So Shalene follows Born Again Gamer. So Scott on Twitch and Discord. So we've kind of met
The pen so far away from me.
her there. What was I saying though before that?
You took the Christmas tree down.
Oh, I took the Christmas tree down. I was ready. Shailene. That's the same thing, right? Shailene.
Cool.
Did I say it right? Thumbs up. Shaylee. If not, thumbs down. So I took the Christmas tree down, was ready for it to go down like a couple weeks ago.
I was trying to convince her to keep it up.
She
and
wanted
make
me to
it
do like a February, a Valentine's
Day
Christmas
tree.
and a leprechaun, whatever, all of those. I don't.
All the holidays, that St. Patrick's Day tree,
St.
an
Patrick's
Easter
Day.
tree.
Yes, I said it right. Thank you, EG wife.
I thought Cadence would have liked it.
That's great. I was ready for it to be out of my living room, and I was ready for it not
I took
to
it
be
down
there.
like the
Yeah.
third, like what was it, like 2 or 3 days?
My
after
hope
Christmas?
was to get it down before we went back to school, but then
Oh, I think she means no.
No. No, I do not have a nut. Anyway, so and tomorrow I'm probably getting new boots. We're trying.
So I took Renee.
So it's a good day.
So I took Renee out to Coffee Cravings yesterday for a nice little drink and brownie and chat. And then I was like, do you want to walk around? She's like, sure. So we went into Starlet, and Starlet is having their half off boot sale.
Mhm.
And I found a pair of boots that I really, really liked, but they're in a 38 and I would be a 39. They have a lot of 38s and Tanya's a size 38. So I'm trying to send her to get some new boots. Brian keeps making a big deal. Like she has enough shoes and boots in the house. And I'm trying to tell Brian that boots are different than shoes. And
there's different occasions for different things. And like for
Yes.
different outfits. And
she needs the boots.
I like those kind of things.
So like just you can share right here
and
in the chat and just let Brian know that
And the thing is he has a lot of tuxies that are expensive,
Mhm.
like $200 expensive per thing.
And these boots are $53.
And so I could get 4 pairs.
4 pairs. Oh, now we're up to 4 pairs. We started
then-
with 1, and
know,
then we were like,
and
they're
then
so cheap she could get 2. And then
Flip flops all day, every day.
now we're up to 4.
And then he gets other things. So he said, though, that he's like, no, she can get whatever, which is true. He never has like said, no, you can't. Sometimes if there's stuff, he'll be like, do you really?
Want to talk
that-
it through?
Which
Yeah.
is fine. But he doesn't do that. And I don't for him, but he bugs me.
Oh man.
He bugs me about it. And I will only bug like after a while. Like I don't usually say anything really about it. And this situation, I'm saying, yes, he does have a lot of tuxies and stuff, but I don't
Yes.
go on and bug him. More expensive.
More expensive.
My thought is once your feet stop growing, more shoes and boots are a good investment. Yes.
More expensive shoes, yes.
More expensive shoes, yes. And I agree. And I'm a voluptuous girl and I go through my shoes because it's more weight on them. So I do. So Aunt Cheryl, February is a great month. I love it. I know 2 great people born in February. I think we are related. Yes. Aunt Cheryl and my dad are both born in February.
EG Wife says
Exactly. Boots and shoes are definitely needed. I have around 10 boots and shoes inside. Melissa, I just recently learned this. You should keep a pair of shoes for more than 2 years because your feet are always changing and it can cause problems later on. You need new shoes for your well-being. Thank you, Melissa.
I like that.
All these people, you see Brian, you remind him of this. Get it for your birthday gift from your mom and dad. $250, people. This isn't including my summer footwear. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. And Brian's not even here to defend his.
Oh, we have to make him watch
mind.
this.
Yes, this isn't.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I feel validated. I have 1 pair of boots
That he never
and
wears.
1 pair of shoes
Yeah.
and 1 sandals. Sandal. 1 pair.
Actually,
of
he has
sandals.
quite a few flip flops. We go through flip flops
Yes.
like crazy.
Oh yeah,
So I buy them regularly whenever I see them in his size.
yeah. Anyways, but I'm missing a pair of boots that I couldn't and I wanted them yesterday, and I was
Aw.
like, oh, I can't find them. And then it brought up this whole boot thing, and
Which is why you need new boots.
but that's why I need.
Oh no!
Okay,
The screen went wonky.
probably
Maybe.
but that's
and
okay.
like
We
I
find it.
messaged the group and was like the big worship team group and was like, send messages when you're available.
And then
now
they're
they
sending
just keep
messages.
popping up.
It's all good. It's all good. So we had homemade pizza for lunch today, which is exciting. I like Scott's homemade pizza.
I'm very excited because my dad fixed my oven. So that means that the homemade pizza,
Okay.
you couldn't follow that?
I was like, it's good pizza. I'm glad my dad fixed my oven.
Because we
Not
cooked
even
in
going to
here.
say anything about my husband's pizza.
We cooked
It
it
was-
here.
Yes.
And we have
Because
an
you have the
element
top
on
element. That's
top
good.
now,
Yeah.
so we can so the pizza's
It
so much
was
better
very
and-
yummy. And he put
yeah, it
like
was very
cheese
good.
in the crust.
and spices in
Yum.
the crust.
Yeah.
And it was
It
very
was-
good.
it
I
was
love
yummy.
homemade pizza.
Yeah.
And I think it's better when you have an element on the top of your stove. But I'm
was
very
very good.
sad because that means there is a board meeting tomorrow night and I can't do Muffin Monday with my brand new fixed
Your
oven
Right.
on my Muffin Monday.
I'm sorry.
I know, I'm really sad. I might end up having to buy muffins.
Hmm. Can you just do the package one for this week?
I still have to find time to do it.
I know. She has to find 9
It
to do
doesn't-
it. Do you have any 9 around?
It doesn't take any longer to do the package than it does to make muffins from
It
scratch.
just seems less for me.
Doesn't take any
Yeah.
longer.
It seems like a less step just because I don't have to get the ingredients. What?
Mm.
How many do you need? Holly is offering to make you muffins, I think.
I don't know.
If not, I made it awkward.
I just make a couple.
2 dozen.
I just make a couple of different recipes, 2 or 3 recipes on Monday nights. Something. Most of the recipes only make like 12 muffins, but I did make last week. I made Morning Glory muffins.
Ooh, yummy.
And they're my kids' favorites. I love Morning Glory muffins.
That's awesome.
And they turned out better than any other muffins because of the replacing of the baking
Good.
soda.
Well, yeah, that's.
But now with an element that works, I'm like, I want to make
I
stuff.
just made muffins tonight.
Did you really? If I have the energy, I might make
Harrison
some
doesn't
tonight.
like the kind I made, and Fred won't eat when he has colds.
Well, if you're offering to pass them along,
That would be nice. Very cool.
I won't say no. Thank you.
So I finally got around to haircuts
On the boys,
this weekend, which was nice. It was funny though. Like, so I think the last time I cut the boys' haircut, I think I just did Scott, Brian, and Micah. I don't think for some reason I got the boys in. And so their hair was long. So long. But
I don't think they've had a haircut since November.
yeah, it was like, because I usually once a month is kind of what I've been doing,
Yeah.
but I think they missed December.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all did so good though. I was really happy with it. So like sometimes Jack and James struggle with the sensory of everything. James a little bit more than Jack. And
For the win.
for the win. Thank you. I'll send them in with Harrison tomorrow. That's awesome. I have 2 winter boots, 2 rubber boots, 2 bear paw boots, and 2 work boots. Bear paws are yummy. I'm just joking. They're a snack here. And I still need to invest in hiking boots.
Yeah.
You can private message Jimi Hendrix on that one.
I don't know.
What were we talking about?
Haircuts, yes.
And so yeah, they did well, but it was funny because Micah went and he's like, the last time kind of hurt. So I wonder if I didn't oil them or maybe I did the boys last and whatever. So like last time hurt. Today it's not hurting as much. It just kind of tickles a bit. I was like, oh, that's good. I was like, it's really nice when people aren't being like, ow, ow, ow during your haircut. So I really don't want to hurt people.
Ow, ow, ow.
And so then your boys show up and Micah's like, Jack, could you not say ow during this haircut? Okay. Like, just, can you try just to take it really okay and watch the video or whatever? And so then of course, Jack's like, ow, 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 ow. And I was like, Micah, that wasn't helpful for you to bring it up. And he was actually fine. And James did fine too. So it was very good, but I thought it was funny. And then after it was kind of nice because so there was Jack, James, Cadence, and Micah, and they played really well together upstairs.
Nice.
So they're making silly videos, and which tends to be a go-to for my kids when friends come over, and just like, and then they'll speed it up really fast and then like watch it and stuff. So they did really, really well. And then they actually hung out later at our house when Scott left. But it was funny because I was just about to go to work, and I was like, they're playing really well together. Bride, are you okay? Like if there is an issue, call me and I can take them home or they can walk home and I'll leave them here. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then like a minute later, Jack starts crying. They're not being fair. I'm like, okay, it's time to go home. And Brian's like, that's all that one. I was like, okay, they've had enough of each other.
Yep.
That's fine.
For a
Just
while.
go home. Yeah, they did really well. But Micah, you've been sick this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this one hit you, eh?
Yeah, I don't normally take sick days, but there were 2 snow days in a row, and so I took both of them. Yeah, it was just aches and pains and head
you
cold,
were rough.
and it's still like I can feel it. But this morning was my pill reset day on my organizer, and when I took the tray out, I realized the vitamin C effervescent things were in the tray, and those things are like miracle workers.
Oh,
So, and I had forgotten about them, and I've like normally I take them as
Oh.
soon as I get like a scratch in my throat.
okay.
So I took one this morning, and I think
Is
it
that the
really
bubbly
helped.
thingy water thing?
That
yeah,
tastes
they're
like
really
orange
good.
Orange
yeah.
drink from McDonald's when we were kids.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Micah was sick. He had a fever. So Wednesday was the first snow day, right?
Yes. I think he went Wednesday and stayed home Thursday.
Maybe that's it. Cause yeah, I stayed home with him Thursday. And he puked. So he puked in the morning. I handled it. Then he puked again a little bit later. And then I puked.
Because
So-
he puked.
because he puked, not because I was sick. So he's like, his stomach was kind of like, but he gets really emotional right before he pukes because he doesn't like the feeling. So I was like, it's okay. I'm like, got the bucket. And then he's like, no, I don't think I need it. And he's like, so I like pull the bucket quick. And some gets on the floor and some gets on his hand, on my hand. And I'm like, some did go in the bucket. And I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. And it's like warm. And so I'm like I gag and I gag like 5 or 6 times and it was getting more and more. And finally he was like, Mom, you can go if you want. I'm like, I'm really sorry, buddy. And so I left the bucket and I went into the bathroom and then I puked. I gagged one more time on the way. I puked, but I had just eaten breakfast. And then so like I wash up and I come in like, so I'm like, I'm really sorry, Micah. Like, it's not you. Like, I just have a really sensitive stomach. He's like, it's okay, Mom, I know. And I'm like, I felt like a crummy mom. Like, 'cause I was like, I should be able to handle that. I'm like,
At
I'm
least
really-
you weren't like, oh, gross! You
no.
puked on my
It's
hand!
just like,
That's a
so
bad
I was
mom.
like, it's fine, it's fine. Look, no. Ah. It was, I can feel it. Wash my hands again. Anyway, so it was interesting, but he
Oh.
was very sweet. And like, I love my daughter, but Micah, as a sick kid, way easy to deal with. Like, he is so super easy to deal with. So like, I was home because it was Brian's boss wasn't there, and so it would have been, and they were short, and it would have been really difficult for him to convince somebody who doesn't really know him well that he needed to go home with his family. And so when Pam said, like, let me know what you guys decide, but if you need to stay home, then you should stay home. Because I also normally, if my kids are sick with just like a cold, they'll go to my dad's, but my dad and mom have been sick off and on.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel comfortable, especially if he's puking. Like, it's kind of takes it to a different level. And so I stayed home, but I was like, well, that was kind of like a day off. Because like, but I should have got my computer, because then I did have to go to work yesterday because I had to get stuff done. But yeah, we watched Dude Perfect like all day. And
Have you tried out the other one I was telling you about?
No, I haven't.
I already forget what it's called. What's it called? The dudes from Australia.
Oh,
How
ridiculous.
ridiculous. How ridiculous.
Yeah, so we watched Dude Perfect all day, and he like napped on the couch for a while. Then after he puked on my hand, we got that situated. He napped on the floor. He just wanted to stay on the floor. I don't know why.
James loves to sleep on the floor close to me.
Interesting.
Like when he's not feeling 100%, he'll just take his blanket and lay on the floor beside me.
So he napped on the floor and I napped on the couch. And then
That's funny.
we just kind of chilled. How ridiculous.
Yes. How ridiculous.
And yeah, but it was really cool to watch the Dude Perfect videos because it told a lot of their story.
Oh, did you watch the movie?
No, I didn't know there was a movie, but it was just the videos,
Mm.
but like it came up like some of their testimony and story and how like they were to a point. So like they were making these videos and they were becoming successful. And then a couple of them, have you heard this? A couple of them moved away, and then they would try to meet on weekends, and it was getting really hard and everyone was exhausted. And they're like, it was a really rough time with their families and they were tired. And then finally Tyler said, his boss was like, you can't miss any more Saturdays, whatever he was doing. And so he's like, guys, like, I'm either gonna have to quit this or quit my job. Like, what are we gonna do? And they were like, okay, like, is this something we're gonna do? And so all of them are there and they're like, well, if you quit, I'll quit. And then they all decide, like, okay, if you guys all quit, I'll quit. And
Imagine
they
their
were-
wives.
so then they message their wives, and the wives are messaging each other. Okay, he said he's gonna quit, whatever, like, kind of thing. But like they had figured out budgeting and different things as well. But how they felt, they were like, okay, we're never gonna get this opportunity back again to do this. Like, if we stop, we're never gonna get momentum. If we give it a shot and it doesn't work, then we carry on and go back,
And
whatever,
find a job.
and find a job, but they just felt like it was now or not, right? But it's cool because it wasn't like, yeah, anyways. So they quit and they were like, and then the Lord just kind of flourished everything
Yeah.
and just, yeah. So I thought it was cool and just
Very
so
cool.
nice that they can create content that you're like, oh, you can watch that and it's good
It's
and
safe.
it's helpful
Yeah,
very much.
It's so helpful to have safe content because you
Yep.
just can't trust anything out there anymore.
Yep. I had my Christmas tree. I already talked about that. I already talked about Micah being sick.
Is there anything up at the top of the list that we didn't talk about?
Nope.
All right.
But we have Easter. I have two things.
Okay.
Easter practices are coming up.
She's trying to wrangle me into them.
Yeah. I'm trying. We will start without, but I may need support with choir when they come.
We'll see.
Because it's really hard to pay attention to lead and melody and then trying to, for me, it's hard for me to split my brain sometimes. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to start. My goal is to have a practice this week. And I went through and did songs that can be on track. And I have songs that I kind of have an idea for, like Scott or Shalana or myself. I said to Shalana, just so you know, like, I'm kind of have you as one of the main, like what you would do, like one of the main, like Scott, me, you, and then have other kind of soloists in between. So I'm hoping we'll see how it goes.
As soon as I saw the list, I was like, man, it's a good list. I want to sing. There's an artist that he chose, and like I'm obsessed with her and like love her music so much. And I'm like,
yeah.
And that particular song has been one that like I've been
Yeah.
listening to on repeat for
Yeah.
like months and months and
Yeah.
months. And I'm like,
Oh,
man.
well, I didn't tell you not to. So.
Nope. I wanted to act. So
Yep. And you have Alpha.
Okay, so Scott, he probably already told you, but oh, I made her spit.
There's ice that I was shocked about. So I probably know about it.
Because I ignored all the discords.
If you're gonna say what I'm thinking you're saying.
But he was telling me today that somebody from Picton found him on the Alpha website.
It's very cool.
And I just think that's really cool. So if you don't know, Scott is running an Alpha group on his streaming platform Twitch, which is a huge, like, it's like watching TV, but for people who just stream stuff. So sort of like YouTube, but different. And he is going to be hosting a Alpha group on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And he's already got some people signed up for it. And we're just really excited about the person who's like semi-local.
Yeah.
Who has found him and joined up. And
yeah, I think I was actually on the Discord the night he did, and then I messaged you the next morning or something and was like, did you yeah so we were chatting with him there and people were really receptive and stuff, and just his story was kind of cool that he shared and stuff, so that was really cool. I'm hoping to come on Friday nights to support with like stuff like that, just to give you a heads up.
I know he asked me if I was going to join the Alpha group, and I'm like, by the time I make it through a whole work week,
I know it's hard.
I'm out.
I know.
So I don't think I can commit to a Friday night.
Yeah.
But
I figured I'd like to, my goal is to be, because I think it's nice to have like people there, but
yeah. Well, and then
it's hard.
So anyways, I'm really excited, and I'm hoping that you can get a decent group of people who want to talk and ask questions.
Yeah.
And
I think we do. Like, there's a lot of people who are participating a lot in conversation and stuff.
Oh.
I was like, is he snoring with his eyes open or something? Like, I didn't.
What is that noise?
Yeah. A little bit
and our
like
viewers are like, what noise?
Yeah, we can't hear anything. Yeah, it's very exciting. So check out Twitch, Scott Born Again Gamer.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. So, man, we're going short lately. This is like the second time in a row.
What time? Oh, it's 8:36.
I know. Pardon me?
But that's from when it started.
We started early. So, anyways, am I wrecking your nose with this stuff?
No.
Can you smell
Play.
it?
We can do the game of like to how
The
because
1, 2, 3
yeah,
thing?
the 1, 2, 3 game. And I was thinking about it. Actually, I was thinking about playing the game, but then I forgot about it because that's awesome. I can't smell that on you.
Oh, that's
Where are
good.
you?
I put
What
it
does
on.
it smell like?
I put it on and then instantly went, oh, I hope I don't bother Tanya's. Yeah, it's the RC.
Would you like put it right up to your nose?
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't.
You're not supposed to do that with small stuff. You're supposed to
I'm
block.
sorry.
RC is when I taught kindergarten. I
have a question for you. Okay. And then we're gonna do.
when
Did
I
I get some on me?
I don't know. When I taught kindergarten, I put this in the diffuser
Hmm.
every day. It was amazing. It's supposed to help ward off like just sickness and help keep you healthy. And it was like in the middle of COVID, and so I just put
That's
this
a really
on
good
in the
idea.
classroom. I put this on in the mornings, and then I changed to like lavender or something.
awesome.
Softer at nap
That's
time.
a great idea.
Yeah,
I
it
would
was
probably like something like that.
wonderful.
I like Cadence's diffuser. I like those are
'Cause
more
it's
natural
just
scents.
gentle.
What was the biggest challenge you faced when going from 1 to 12 to 2
Or
kids?
4.
Yeah. Mine, I think it was hard for me being pregnant when I had a young one at home. For me,
yeah.
that was the hardest part is being pregnant and feeling like, because pregnancies were hard on me, just feeling so, and then I have this little person I'm trying to take care of. That felt harder to me
That definitely
than
felt hard.
having another person there.
Yeah, I didn't find the transition too difficult
No,
at all.
no.
Not at all.
It was definitely the pregnancy, feeling gross and awful and really wanting to have that time with your child and stuff. And yeah, that was harder for me.
Yeah, and when they're like yours were farther apart, mine were really close together. I was like, I never felt like over juggling. Like
Mhm.
I don't know, one can stand, I'll pick the other one up. I do that. Like you just had a system, and life was a lot simpler back then. Going from 2 to 3 was
I like these answers.
more difficult.
You're welcome, Shalana.
And 3 to 4, the transition itself wasn't difficult, but because the chaos just kind of sneaks up on
Yeah.
you, and we're living in chaos now.
Yeah, which is tricky.
So 4 is difficult if you want to.
How many children are you planning on having? You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
But 2, going from 1 to 2, I didn't find tricky.
Holly, I love using essential oils, but they always set off Harrison's migraines. And I get that. I have a hard time. Hi, Shauna! I have a hard time with scents, but sometimes in the diffuser thing, it's not too bad.
And you typically are more chemically smells that bother you, right?
Yes,
like
it's
artificial
true.
smells
Yes.
and
Yeah, perfumey, like that smell. Yeah. Yeah,
But-
you're right.
yeah.
Versus the essential oils, not. Yeah.
So
I
You gotta
won't say to you, Shalana, you don't even know what to like. You think this is
No.
bad.
you're
It's
gonna
not.
be fine,
You'll be
Shalana.
fine. LOL.
All right. So how do we play this game again? I forget.
So we are just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna say a word,
Okay.
and then we're going to do it again and try to come in the middle somewhere between that of how our brains would be. But I was thinking so when Scott and Harrison did it, they got it really quick. But I think we know each other really well, but we are very different people. So I think that's why it's crazy. It makes sense to me that it would be really hard for us to come to the answer versus their similar interests and that kind of stuff. Are you ready?
We also quoted a TV show when we did ours, like the Bears and the Bees.
We can't hear you on stream.
They quoted a t-shirt.
TV show. We were quoting.
I realized as soon as I said it that it was
We were
wrong.
quoting The Office. The Bears beats Battlestar Galactica is a thing that Jim says to Dwight on The Office. So ours was kind of not premeditated on purpose, but we
Got
locked.
there.
You got yeah. So, but we shouldn't have a subject matter in mind, right?
Ready?
Yeah.
So do we say 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Boots. right?
Okay.
Okay.
3.
Did we do it loud?
Oh, I said house.
I said boots.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Money.
Organizer.
You don't say it at the right time. Money. Okay.
You be in
Organizer.
charge.
No. Organizer.
And money.
Okay. Ready?
You take over.
1, 2, 3. Budgeting.
Wallet. Ooh. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Rachel
Planner.
Cruz.
We're so close. Okay, where do we
I don't know where to go now.
I don't know where to go. We've said all the words.
Okay. There's another word.
I said planner. You said Rachel Cruz.
We already did money.
Okay. Ready?
Love the enthusiasm. It was loud. All I heard was boots. We usually keep things pretty low key here.
Okay, ready?
No! Okay. Just wait. I gotta think if there's. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Debt.
Podcast. Ooh, debt. Okay.
Now you went podcast?
Okay. Podcast. Yeah. Podcast in debt.
Podcast. Well, I'm not going over here now. You took me over here. Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Mom
Community?
talk.
That's super close. Could it just be like the mom talk community?
No, I got something else. Are you ready?
No.
Podcast.
No.
Mom.
Mom talk and community. It doesn't have to go along with
Yes.
the previous stuff, does it?
No, but you're just yeah. It doesn't. No, it's not connected. Okay, you ready?
No. So does it have to be connected with the
No.
previous guests? Okay.
No.
Like your most recent.
Your
Yes.
most recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. That's what I want to
Yeah.
know. My most recent. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I can't count in order.
I don't know if we're doing. We've switched 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 so many times. So
A, B, C.
I think we did 3, 2, 1 last time. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Born again
Coffee.
gamer.
Oh. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Alpha.
Video games. Okay.
Okay, just wait. No.
3, 2.
I don't know anything. Not just I don't know.
Alpha. Video games. 3, 2, 1. Twitch. Say Twitch.
I had nothing. Twitch. We did. Oh, that was funny, but we
Sucked at it. We were so close on so many.
I know. That was fun
So
though.
close on so many. But you can see again how we look at the world very differently.
We do. I said Twitch.
Yes.
I think, do you know, if I had a moment of her not just being like, say it, I may have gotten there. But when she was waiting, I was like this. But she can't do that.
No.
So I didn't even have time. I could have said like bananas. I had nothing in my brain. Oh
man.
boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Yes. This too funny. Thank you. Welcome and thank you for watching Mom Talk.
Do you know? Anyways.
Too funny.
Oh no, it's okay. Hey,
That was fun.
yes, it was a lot of fun.
You just hit main camera.
No, I didn't. I hit slideshow.
Oh, did you? Oh, the other one lit up.
Oh, well.
We're on
So,
YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
All that stuff.
All the good stuff.
You're very welcome. You are welcome too. Thank you, EG Wife, for hanging out for the first time.
yes.
Thanks to everyone who hung out tonight. It was really fun to chat and see you and all that stuff.
I was not like, I was tired today, and so like in my head I kept thinking, should I just bail? Should I just bail? Should I just bail? But I'm really glad I didn't bail.
There you go.
And I'm here tonight.
Yeah.
So
Have a good night.
have a good night. Bye bye.